Good morning, friends and family, and paranormal fanatics. Good morning, Leaffoot. I see you're already tuned in this morning. Much appreciated. If you could hear and see me, let me know, please. There is a little bit of a frost out my way today. It is chilly. My car says 23 degrees. It's a little chilly after having a few days of it being in the 60s and such, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna have to here in a minute when the car warms up a little bit, hit the windshield with thank you. Hit the windshield with some heat to get that little thin layer of frost off it. Very thin layer. I can see through it, no issue. But so you'll get a little bit of noise. Sorry. Not much I could do about that. You know, that whole safety thing. So, did you guys find any leprechaun gold? Did you survive? Anybody become a millionaire from Powerball? If you're a millionaire, if you won the Powerball last night for the few $100 million, when you get your money, you know, I wouldn't be opposed if you sent $1 million to your favorite content creator here, and that's me. Don't go thinking it's somebody else. It's me you like. Good morning. How you doing, Phoenix? I hope you're doing well. I was just telling people that if they won the Powerball, they need to send me $1 million because I'm their favorite creator. But now that you jumped in, I guess the truth comes out. You're probably their favorite creator. That food you were making the other night looked pretty tasty. That chicken, that homemade chicken noodle soup. My biggest thing is when I'm making chicken noodle soup is the noodles get a little soggy. So I guess the only way I found that makes it a little better for that is I wait until the very end to put them in. Other than that, they seem like they get really mushy. Anyways, yes, I am not perfect. Can you believe that? Ah, the horror. I need some coffee, though. I'll tell you that. I already want some. Generally, it's not until I get closer that I'm too worried about it. But so, I didn't get time to really research the topic yesterday, but today I figure I would now I'm sorry, Lee, but I know you've already heard some of my history of things that I had before that happened in my life, but I thought I would talk about some of the crazy places I've lived in throughout my life. From not this, there's some small activity where I'm at here, where I'm living at now, but last place, yeah, I've lived in more haunted places than I haven't. Well, thank you. Which is kind of crazy because I never felt that I should investigate where I live. I always felt that that's just inviting trouble for myself because being a team. But so anyways, like the last place I lived was kind of crazy, but not major. the simple, it was little things like, well, I'd be laying in bed and had a ceiling fan above us, and it would just start slowly turning. And me being an investigator, it was like, yeah, you know, I'd be and sorry, I'm trying to get my mind working here. So me being an investigator, I would say, oh, okay, make it stop, and it would stop. Say, okay, make it go the opposite direction, and it would go the opposite direction. You know, and I don't know why I never filmed this stuff being an investigator, but once again, I feel that paranormal teams shouldn't investigate their own homes. They should get somebody outside of their team to do it. Just my view. Anyways, maybe I'll explain that another day. So, other times, like, I would hear the tub water running. And next thing I know, I'd go in because I'd hear the tub, and the tub would be almost full of water. And then, we'd let it out, of course, because nobody was trying to take a bath. But so that was up in North Warren, Pennsylvania. That place, I wouldn't say was overly active, but those are a couple of neat things, and little odds and ends. What else? So probably one of the most haunted places I lived in was on Russell Street in Warren, Pennsylvania. Now that place had all kinds of crazy activities going on with it. Well, before I get to that place, the place I'm living at now, the house wasn't haunted, but I got this really strange phone call in the middle of the night. This was about 5 months ago. Now, this was like 2 o'clock in the morning. It was like really early. Nobody calls me at that time. So when I get a phone call, I get kind of, it's not normally good getting a phone call that time of night for us. And so I answer the phone, and it's a woman on the other line. And I'm like, hello. They're like, hello. Like, hello? Because it wasn't a number that I recognized. And it wasn't a voice that I recognized. And she says, why haven't you visited me? I get goosebumps talking about this. This one actually chilled me right now because it was such a creepy conversation. She goes, you haven't visited me. I was like, I'm sorry, who's this? She goes, it's your grandma. A really creepy voice, too. Saying, it's your grandma. Like, no, I'm sorry. My grandma both passed away a long time ago. You got the wrong number. She goes, no, why are you doing this? You haven't seen me in a long time. And, at this point, my significant other is up because she heard the phone ringing, and once again, we don't get calls at that time of night unless they're not good. And I'm like, I'm sorry, but I'm not. Who are you trying to talk to? She's like, you. I don't remember, but I think she did say my name, or she said a name low enough where I wasn't quite sure, but it sounded close to my name. And just a really creepy conversation. All she kept saying is, why haven't you seen me? Why haven't you come visit me? It's been so long. That was the creepiest conversation that I've had on the phone call in a long time. There's another phone call that I'm going to bring up, and that's what made me think of that one. I had forgotten about that call. So Russell Street, that place was crazy haunted. Um, this place was before I was a paranormal investigator. Um, I wasn't. I was just starting to get into it when I had to move. I think this this place had all your classic little things: bumps in the night, sounds of footsteps walking in the attic. No, nobody was up there in the middle of the night. At one point, my son did move his bedroom up there, but which is beyond me why he would want to do that in that house. Um, Footsteps up in the attic, voices. What else was there? I would hear running water. It was a whole house. I'd hear running water. I'd go upstairs and I'd be on my way to work at 5 in the morning, whatever it was, and hear the water running, go up. Nobody'd be. The faucet would be on. The bathroom light would be off. The faucet's in the sink, and I'd go and look, and everybody would be sound asleep. Yeah, that was just some basic stuff. I remember my girlfriend that was living with me at the time. That was my house. She moved in with me, but she woke me up. I had to be at work at 5 in the morning. She woke me up scared, and I'm getting woke up. I'm like, why are you bothering me? I only have like half hour left sleep. I don't have much time left to sleep. Why are you bothering me? She's like, there's something in the hallway. I'm like, what? It's like, there's something in the hallway. I gotta go to the bathroom, and I don't want to go out there. Like, just go to the bathroom. She goes, sorry, I'm just catching up on your comments. So I'm like, just go to the bathroom. Like I said, she just woke me up. I wasn't quite with it. And she's like, it sounds like somebody's bouncing a ball out in the hallway. Like, whatever, okay. And so I started to go back to sleep, and she's petrified. I feel bad because I didn't take her more serious at the moment, but I was, like I said, I wasn't even fully awake. But I start to fall back to sleep, and then I hear what sounds like, I don't know how to describe the sound other than tell you what I think I heard. And it sounds like a ball, like a rubber ball, basketball, hit the floor, hit the wall, and a couple seconds go by of silence, like somebody's bouncing the ball off the floor into a wall and catching it. And it wakes me up. I hear a couple more times. I'm like, what the hell? And so I, after a minute of freaking out for a second, I'm like, well, duh, you got a bunch of kids living here, One of them's probably up freaking playing with the ball. So I gather up enough nerve, because at that point I said to myself, you got kids. They're probably messing around. So I got up and went to all the kids, stood in the doorway. They're passed out, snoring. It's like 4 in the morning. They're all dead to the world. And I never did see a ball in that hallway. So I don't know what that's from. And so that was just one of the more freakier ones. Another time I was babysitting, same house, I was babysitting my little niece. And it's in the afternoon. Yeah. It was in the afternoon. All the kids but her were in school. I was the only one at the house babysitting. And she's asleep on the couch. And so I figured, well, this is a good time to go do some dishes. And so I go start doing dishes. About 15 minutes later, if that even, I start hearing little footsteps running up and down the hall upstairs. The place is quiet because, I'm trying to keep it quiet because she was pretty young. And I'm like, oh, God darn it. She's up. That means I'm going to have to stop. I didn't get much done around here. And I'm like, I'll get to her in a minute. And she's running back and forth upstairs pretty good. Like, pretty, having the time of her life. I could even hear a little soft laughter. So I'm like, oh, And then all of a sudden it dawns on me. Wait a second. She's like a year and a half old. She just learned to walk. She's definitely not running like that. And she definitely didn't get up the stairs like that. I don't think she ever climbed a stair in her life at that point. And that just kind of like stopped me dead in my tracks what I was doing. And I walked into the living room because I had her on the floor in the living room. And she was just dead asleep there, just sleeping on the floor like nobody's business. I heard the footsteps run one more time, and I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not even going up those stairs. I'm not seeing some little kid running back and forth. It just wasn't happening. So when somebody else got to the house, we went upstairs and checked it out. Another time, same place. This place is pretty active. If me and the landlord didn't have a falling out, I probably would have tried to investigate. This one was kind of funny. This is way before I tried to be a ghost hunter. Light power went out in my house. We were just living there. We only been there maybe 6 months. And we looked around outside and everybody else had power. This is the middle of the night. We're like, well, must be a fuse or something. So I went down in the basement, looked around, really didn't see nowhere. Looked at all the fuse panels. They were fine. Circuit breakers and all that were fine. I was like, well, it's odd, but maybe there's another one up in the attic. So me and my ex went up into the attic looking around. There was a room up there with a door that kind of separated itself from the rest of the house. And I said, well, we looked everywhere except in that room over there. I no sooner said those words, and the door to that room swings open. And now, mind you, everybody was downstairs. We knew where everybody was. That door just swung open nice and slow with that nice creaking sound. And I blame running on her because I turn around and say, what the hell, or something along those lines. And she's already almost to the door, leaving my butt behind. She was gone. And I thought to myself, there's no way you're leaving me up in this attic all by myself. So I'm right behind her. My mother was there that night, and she said all she could hear was pounding footsteps running down those stairs so quick. Yeah, we weren't waiting around to see who opened up that door. Now on to the phone call. This one, I'm going to have to try to make it quick, but my same house, this was back before people still had landlines. Were pretty popular. We had a cordless phone. The youngest two of the kids were in bed, if not the youngest three. And they slept in a room on the first floor. And It's around 8 o'clock at night. They've been in bed for a good hour, maybe even a little longer. It was school night, I believe. And we get a call from the second to the youngest kid. Or, well, we got a call, we answered it, and it sounded like boy. And we're like, what the hell are you doing on the phone? You're supposed to be in bed asleep. What are you doing? And he's giggling and laughing, and we're like, where are you at? And he's like, I'm outside. So, like, he wouldn't come inside. I'm like, come inside. And he's just laughing and giggling. Sounds just like my kid, you know. And I'm like, growling at him, get your butt inside now. You're supposed to be in bed. And so I go outside around the house, not seeing him. And thank you for that. How you doing, Jason? Yes, go make sure you check Jason out. So I'm looking around the house and come back inside. His mom, the boy's mom, has him on the phone telling him to get inside. And I'm like, I don't see him. So we ask him, where are you at? He's like, in the bushes. So I send my oldest son out. He's like, Dad, he comes back in after a minute. We're on the phone. He's like, Dad, I don't see him. He's laughing his butt off. Well, I'm getting madder by the minute, you know. And asked him again, where are you at? I'm in the van. We owned a van at the time. Sent the kid back out. He didn't see him. I went out. I didn't see him. He's going on. This goes on for about good 10 minutes or so. Lee wouldn't know how to do that. I don't think he would know. So this is going on, and finally I think to myself, wait a second. So I go in their bedroom. And so I think to myself, wait a minute. They don't have no phone. How the heck they call me? None of my kids had cell phones. This kid back then having a cell phone was unheard of. It was expensive. I'm like, how the hell does this kid call me? He has no way to call from an outside line. And we didn't have caller ID at the time. At least I don't remember it. And I'm like, what the hell? And so I go, I looked after I handed the phone to his mom. And his mom, I come back into the room. She's still talking to him. I'm like, hey, he's asleep in the bedroom. I don't know who that is. And everybody in the living room, just kind of got quiet. And we hear this evil type laughter over the phone. And the phone goes quiet. They hang up. It's like, wow. I don't even know how you share a link. Huh. I'm probably going to have to make somebody a moderator. Whoever your mod is just needs to click on the person's name, go to channel, copy link, come back here, and then paste it. Yeah, because it's not giving me the option to go to the channel. And I can't make you a mod, Phoenix. Sorry, guys. I'll learn how to do that. Show Lee and such. So, but yeah, that's a creepy phone call that I had there. That was a freaky phone call, but not as freaky as a woman calling me up saying that she was my grandmother who's been dead for years. It was, now that one chills me. I can't believe I forgot about that one. But I hope you guys enjoyed my little bit of past. There's more that happened to me throughout my life, but It is what it is. It's time for me to grab some coffee. I'll figure out and make people mods. Whoever wants to be a mod, let me know. As always, stay spooky, my friends.
Well, hey everybody, thanks for stopping down and appreciate the visit. Now get the hell off of my porch. We'll see you the next time. Come on back.